Hello, everybody. So today I want to talk a little bit about fight, flight, freeze and what that really means and how that relates to chronic health issues. So studies have shown that up to 92% of sicknesses or illnesses and diseases are due to stress. But here's the thing, it is not the stress itself because everybody has stress. Everybody has stress. And to say that you have a stress illness almost implies that you have to get rid of the stress. But that is not true. What you have to get rid of is the fear. And so, fight, flight, freeze is a term that's used when you are in a dangerous situation. And the analogy that's often given is being chased by a saber-toothed tiger. Pretty unrealistic. But there are situations in life where we need this fight, flight, freeze response because it helps us, right? Because what happens is the brain causes the body to create these stress hormones. They go into the blood. Blood flow is directed to your arms and your legs so that you can run faster, so that you can fight, so that you can think clearly. And it also shuts down or slows down anything that you don't need in that moment. For example, digestion, right? You don't need to worry about digesting food when you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger or by a bear or I don't know, a robber. So this is a normal response to a true stressful situation, and we need it. However, most of us have learned to live in a state of fight, flight, freeze all the time. And it may not feel like you're being chased by a bear. It may not feel that extreme. But what happens is when you live in that low level of fear, it may come out as anxiety. It may come out as depression. As I've said, your body really slows down all the other functions. So think of food intolerances, histamine intolerance, chronic fatigue, chronic pain. And I'm not saying that those are in your head, right? They are real symptoms, real illnesses, which are created by your brain as a stress response. But again, it is not the stress itself, it is how we perceive things. And often, what happens in most cases of chronic illness, the person has had some kind of childhood adversity. There's actually a big study done by that by Kaiser Permanente back in the either 70s or 80s. It was very insightful. And what they showed was that childhood adversity, and it doesn't have to be a big trauma like sexual abuse or physical abuse, it can be neglect. It can be parents putting a lot of pressure on their kids to get straight A's. It can be being bullied. Anything in your childhood that didn't or made you feel like you weren't safe primes your brain to live in fear. And then later in life, as stress happens, and it does to everybody, you get triggered because your brain is now living in a state of fight or flight all the time. And it comes out in physical health issues. And then what do? We go to the doctor, right? That's what I did. I went to the doctor and they said, well, you have Candida overgrowth. You need to take these antifungals. You need to cut out sugar. You need to cut out fruit, even. You got to be on a strict diet. And then I couldn't sleep when I had fatigue. And it's like, well, you have adrenal fatigue. And it just was this roller coaster of like one thing led to another. And suddenly I had 15 diagnoses in a few years. And I only address the physical. And again, I want to stress here these symptoms, these illnesses are not in your head, they are real. However, these symptoms are caused by your brain. Just like your brain causes your body to create these stress hormones during fight, flight, freeze, and just like your brain controls your breathing, your brain can create real symptoms in your body as a stress response. Now, we can overcome these physical health issues through having this information that they come from living in a state of fight or flight, fight, flight, freeze, and getting the knowledge, and then learning to calm the brain and learning to calm the nervous system. And we have different tools to do that. I'm a Christian, so leaning into my faith was really important to me. Also, the Bible says 350 times, do not fear, right? And the big thing right now is faith over fear. We see that a lot. And there's something to that, right? When I have faith in God or faith that I can heal, when I believe that I can overcome the illnesses I'm going through, then I can. But if I believe that my body is physically broken, if I believe that, well, my adrenals just aren't working properly, but why? Right? I was told I had adrenal fatigue. Well, my adrenals are organs in my body. They don't function on their own. They don't have a mechanical function that just say, I think I'm going to produce less cortisol now, or I think I'm going to overproduce cortisol. That is all regulated by your brain. So you got to go upstream, learn where these illnesses come from, and then use tools to calm down the brain, to calm down the nervous system, and those symptoms will go away. And this is what I help people with now. I have overcome 14 years of chronic illness and about, I don't know, 15 or 17 diagnoses. And it didn't happen overnight. It took some time, but I had a lot of unlearning to do, things I learned before about my body supposedly being broken, so to speak, but it is possible. So if you need help, please reach out. You can send me a message. You can schedule a free consultation. I would love to help you. I also have a Facebook group with lots of information. Follow me on Instagram. I'll put all that information in the comment section below, and just know that you can get better.